When I was busy reading this book, I came across something that actually stunned me a lot. It's a question that I truly want to ask. I've been asking myself this question, but I want to pose it to you. Is the world really coming to an end? Are we really witnessing the world that's coming to an end? Because I think that it's really coming to an end, but what's your take on that?
Well, I think that question itself is so complex, and I think it's an understatement to think the world is coming to an end. I would say people are becoming a bit conscious about how complex the world is becoming. And I think the most important thing to understand about that question is that we needed this change. We needed this transformation. We needed this development. As humongous as it is, as confusing as it is, we actually need it. So what's happening with most of us is that now we are so unconscious. We're not so intentional about what the world could be like today. So what we are doing is that we've been accustomed to how the world was. And I think that's what's happening practically when people are accustomed to a certain way of thinking and a certain way of behaving. It's that things catches up with them, right?
Absolutely.
And in a much more magnified way.
Definitely.
And they're like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. Of course the world is not coming to an end. It never will.
That's absolutely so.
Yeah, I think what's happening is that we are reaching that peak point of evolution. We are reaching that peak point where human beings now are literally in that urge of saying, do I want to be left behind? Do I want to be the one who's super clueless about what's actually taking on with the world today? So if we want to take this dynamic shift into really not becoming so crazy and absurd that the world is coming to an end, we need to actually tie our own thinking and begin to really grapple with what we can do, I think we should do away with the thinking that we can really find the negativity out of how the world is like today. I think we should literally look down deep into ourselves and really get to understand that, because this thing, I think it's so conscious. It's a conscious thing, right? And now the only way to negate it is simple. It's about individual personal responsibility, right? It's about really looking into yourself and saying, having that conversation with yourself, right? Because I think most people, if I talk about it individually, they get attacked by this question. This question confronts them individually to say, man, the world is becoming a very complex world. It's becoming so confusing. No, it's not. You are confused. The only thing that needs to take place is that you need to really create this room for yourself, the room for conscious behavior, the room for attentive living, the room for personal transformation. That is the only way in which you can begin to really dissect your own paradigm, right? Dissect the world in a much more deeper way than literally not looking at the world in this very crazy way. I love this beautiful saying that says, the world is not as it is. The world is as we are. So the only way to change how the world is to change the way in which we look at the world. Of course, the world will never change, right? It will never change instantly. But if you take this counterintuitive journey into yourself and try to really understand that you are also a growing human being, you need to actually begin to understand that you need to fucking give a damn about your own life.
Once said that be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me just continue reading my book. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, of course. So of course, before I close up, I want to say this. The world is not confused. The world is not going to an end. It's not coming to an end. We are at the peak of our own evolution. That's where we belong. This is where we belong exactly at this point. And what we need to do is to dance to the rain. Just dance to the rain.
Thank you so much.
You can't do anything about that.
Question answered. Thank you.
Oh man. Oh. I'm reading so many dramatic things here. It's so amazing. So thank you.